I'm gonna clean up because everybody wants a Snoopy. Nailed him again.
Can I go now?
Never mind.
He's dreaming. He's already on the moon.
All right,
let's go back and pick Biowatch.
I'm at the point now I'm wearing up to 4 different pieces a day.
You're a madman.
I know, but I do. I need to be flashy and trashy. So I've got a lot of bling. Hey, Mr. Wonderful here. You know, I always like to challenge Teddy on collecting. Now, the idea here, we're in one of my favorite, I gotta be careful when I say this, one of my favorite brands. In fact, my first watch ever I'm wearing right now, 1970s Speedmaster. This is the Moon Watch. It's vintage, it's beautiful, it's got heritage, but we're in the brand right now. And I'm gonna flip this coin, because one of us is going to win, heads or tails. I'll ask you to choose, Teddy.
And we're going to try to build the best collection possible.
That's
right. 4
right.
options to choose from.
Price is no option.
Nope. Just
So
pick whatever draws our eyes in.
So who will take from all of these marvelous watches and create the best collection? Well, we already know it's going to be me, but we should give Teddy a chance anyway.
People said that you won last time. I'm kind of mad right now. I'm coming into this with a vengeance. Let's go.
So I'm going to flip this coin, heads or tails, in the air. You got to call it.
Tails.
All right, let's see. Heads.
Not a good start. Not a good start.
That's absolutely great. So I will start. Now, let's just talk about what is in inventory here, Teddy. Let's go through. You know this brand as well as I do. Let's start here.
So here's our Seamaster collection. This is mostly the Diver 300 that you're going to find.
Yeah.
So you have traditional Seamaster Diver 300, which is going to have that helium escape valve, kind of being that Pierce Brosnan, James Bond, GoldenEye watch. Then you have more of the heritage models over here, so the Seamaster 300, which is going to be from their heritage collection.
In the last decade, dive watches have really taken off as part of men's fashion. Why do you think that's happened?
Casual attire.
But
People no longer maybe wearing a suit, they just want something that's going to look
But I've
great.
seen people with tuxes wearing dive watches.
I think it's become more of an accepted reality. You look at James Bond wearing it, and I think that has become part of the norm and what people accept as potentially okay to do.
What do you think about what's happened here with Omega and James Bond? The brands have merged in some ways. It's so associated now with Omega.
I mean, ever since 95, I mean, it's become, I would say, the reason why, and what we're looking at right now, almost the rebirth of what a modern Omega is, outside of the Speedmaster, which has always been there. But this Diver 300 has been the silhouette, it's been the watch that so many people have tried to aspire to own. It's defined this type of collection, or what a dive watch should be for that entry-level luxury segment in my eyes.
So given that I won the coin toss, I'm going to choose a piece now from this collection.
Okay, yeah, because I'm thinking about Diver, I'm thinking about chronograph, I'm thinking about something crazy. I want to have a good diversified collection too.
And I'm deciding, because you know, when you go dive, you go big. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to go into something that really pops right here.
Chrono.
Yeah.
Seamaster Diver Chrono.
Yeah, and the reason I'm choosing this is if you're going to take a big honkin' dial, go all the way. Go chrono, because there's so much going on in that dial, but it's done beautifully and it's going to look terrific with a red band on it. That's my thinking. So that's number 1 for me. Okay?
All right, okay.
Now let's go on to this collection.
This is the Planet Ocean.
Yeah.
Wait, do I get to go? What are we doing? Are we?
I guess I can let him go. Maybe you get to choose
am
one.
Am I your tour guide, or am I going to smash you on this? I don't know.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Are you going to stay on this side?
Should I just, maybe I should follow the format. Maybe I should go for a diver.
I think you're going through collections, trying to pick what really makes it for you in the portfolio. I'm thinking ahead. I've got 3 more pieces.
So just to give people context of what's in the case here, I do personally prefer the Seamaster 300, the Heritage Edition.
I knew you were going to say that, but are you going to choose it?
Probably not, because it's only available on the strap here. So I think people might agree with me on that decision. Now,
so you really want to go metal?
Yeah, I think you have to own it as a dive watch. I mean, I certainly could do that, but I have to play the game and pick something out here. I actually really like this gray dial, blue ceramic bezel. I think I'm going to go for the Seamaster Diver 300. Gray dial, blue ceramic bezel.
This is more, in my view, a fashion piece. It has no heritage link to it at all. So you're going off-piste there, Teddy? Taking a huge risk, I might add. For the classics and people that really appreciate this brand, you've gone way offside here.
I don't think so. I think that is the watch of the last 30 years, except it has a little bit of a different flair with the dial. It's great.
I'm not
and
against
I'm looking
dials.
I'm telling the man himself, it says diversity of dial is key. So I agree
with that, but this is not the classic in any way. You started classic and you went right off piste here. But I get it. You've made your decision. You'll have to live with it.
I'm going to live with it.
Let's move on. All right.
Pick number 2. Where are we going?
Well-
You can't go diver again.
Well, I was thinking that way,
gotta-
but you're right. I got to get more diversity.
gotta get some
But you know,
diversity.
those are beautiful pieces. I mean,
Planet Ocean? I mean, you can
yeah.
do whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, this is really going into fashion again. You know, you're doing some crazy stuff with dials. You've got some very eclectic colors that weren't traditionally part of what Omega was about. All right, let's go to Speedmaster. Now, I have to say, this is the first watch I ever bought. I'm wearing it, a 1975 version of it. Look at how close to the heritage they've stayed.
Absolutely.
These are interesting, but I don't think I need to select one of these yet because it's not diverse enough from what I've got already. All right, let's move on. Oh, well, dress watches.
Going for some DeVilles.
Yeah, some DeVilles. What, you doing anything here?
It's your pick.
I know. I'm not there on the dress watches. I think of Omega for me as more of a...
Sports watch brand. It's crazy because the DeVille, from a sell-through standpoint, and also the Constellation.
Yeah.
The Constellation, I mean, those are their 4 pillars. DeVille, Seamaster, Speedmaster, and then Constellation over there. Which, actually, I'm wearing a vintage Constellation right now, so I'm a huge fan of the Constellation.
This is really interesting. Look at some of these dials here. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to go with right here. That is a classic dress piece.
Really? You're surprising me.
Yeah, that is, because I have nothing like that. That really stands out. That is a fantastic dress watch. Would you not agree?
I agree.
There's a little risk in it for me because when I put a red band on it, it's going to be challenged.
And you're going gold, too. You have a lot of bling going on right now.
I know, but you know, I have moved into wearing some gold cufflinks occasionally, and I have to go gold for, you know, I have to build a portfolio, so that's my number 2 right there. Yeah, we're going to have to line these up against each other.
Oh, we absolutely will.
Okay.
We'll pull them out at the end and we'll show everybody.
Are you going to make a move here?
So, as I mentioned, I'm more of a Constellation. If we're going to follow the same format, I almost feel like I need to twist it up. Also, what I also did is I did line up some new novelties. So these are new novelties for this year. So if we do want to get and have some fun, just don't forget that this exists.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you're locking into the cases. I don't think you've walked. You need to start walking around.
Very interesting.
So
you went into the vault. And
so I'm just telling you that's there as well.
Okay, so here we are. These are the Constellations. These are gorgeous pieces, and some of these are very eclectic dials, by the way.
They are. See, these more like Manhattan style, the Griff Claw cases, like that's really early 1980s for me.
Yeah, I get it. And sort of the solid case like this with the polish, very nice. And look at this style here, this off green, very interesting.
That annual calendar, Globemaster.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go conventional.
Here?
Yeah, conventional Globemaster. My simple, clean, white dial, dress watch, will work with everything.
Yeah.
Master chronometer, I'll take it.
All right.
Tungsten bezel?
So that's your second piece.
Yes.
You have 2 more. Let's go over here for a moment for my choice, okay? Because something caught my eye. Something caught my eye. You know how I love red bands.
I know exactly what you're going for.
I'm going right here. I'll be able to put a red band on this, and this is such a classic.
This is your best pick so far.
Well,
this is
they're all great picks.
I don't know. This is the terracotta.
Yeah.
So this is the new 38 millimeter Aquaterra that they released. They updated the bracelet. They rounded out the links. And this dial is actually, and you can probably tell because it uses a different process for making that dial compared to the rest, and it really allows it to pop.
And this is an affordable piece. This is a
$6,000 for that one.
So that's a great entry-level piece. I mean, there's no question about it. Omega has really, really dialed it up in entry-level pieces. And it's brilliant because it gets people into the brand and then they move up the feeding chain. You know, I think, by the way, I think women will wear these too.
They launched 5 dials at 38 and then 5 dials at 34. So you do have
these are the 38s.
Those are 38s. Yeah. They wear perfectly on me. I really like how those wear. So is that 3 for you? You're already 3 in.
I know. So I have to really be careful on my next, because building a portfolio is going to blow you away again. That's what's going to happen. All right, what about you?
I feel better about it.
Where do you want to go?
Let's go back over to sports.
Okay.
Go sports here.
All right.
I have to pick a Speedmaster at some point.
You don't have a Speedmaster in your collection? You have to have one. I mean, they are, it is the essential Omega watch, is it not? They came on the scene with the whole, the whole moon watch thing. Boom. Every young guy wanted one of these watches. Right back to vintage style. Look at that.
Now that's the standard.
Yeah.
Speedmaster Professional.
Yeah.
There's 2 other ones in here, and then I'm also looking at maybe an Aquaterra, but I feel that my Globemaster prevents me from going for a conventional Aquaterra.
I agree with you there. But if you don't have a classic, I mean, come on.
I'm gonna do the Ed White. 3-2-1 movement.
Yeah.
It's a higher price, so I think you're around 14 for that. But to bring back that movement plus the case, so from a wearability standpoint, this is in the first Omega in space. From a contemporary perspective, I would say it's probably one of the most wearable Speedmasters that you can get.
And a fantastic contrast on the dial. You can just see it it's almost designed for being able to just look to your left if it's on your wrist and see the time because the contrast is so strong, the black against the white. It's really brilliant. Same thing here though, but I'm surprised you went in that direction. That dial's a little more cubic, you know what I mean?
Yes, and the bracelet too just creates a different type of effect, I think, for the watch itself. So
Yeah, that's very old school.
it is.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1 movement.
No, I know, that's really old school. So that's terrific. Now you've got 3.
3.
I'm going to go to my 4th now. As you know, there's a legendary piece that came onto the scene. I have my theory about why it became so popular, but it's called the Snoopy. So I'm going back into Speedmaster land. But the Snoopy, when it first came out, people didn't even get the joke. On the back of the watch, there's Snoopy on a rocket going to the moon. At the same time, cryptocurrencies were exploding on the scene. This watch came on. And what happened was everybody that talked about Bitcoin going to the moon saw it in this watch. This is my theory about what happened. Because when I went to the first Bitcoin conference here
So people were talking about this watch.
at the conference
in this other niche.
Bitcoin 2020, okay, the watch was already on the market. It became the most sought after watch by Kryptonians, if you want to call them that. Everybody wanted to have a to the moon watch. You could see them at the conference. Those that had one would turn it over and flip it over and look at this little ballet playing out with Snoopy on a rocket going around the moon. It's an incredible design idea. It's crazy if you think about it. It's so against the traditional elements of watchmaking. You get a guy to put a dog on a rocket in the back of the watch. It's nuts, but it exploded. It is one of the most sought, as you know, probably.
And I mean, the Silver Snoopy Award, the whole story goes, the Apollo 13 mission,
Yeah.
when they were struggling to actually get back to Earth after the explosion and all of that. The Speedmaster was a life-saving object to have because they were able to time the engine burns for 14 seconds that they needed. So Omega was gifted the Silver Snoopy Award by NASA, and that is a commemoration of that 50-year anniversary of that.
But I think it's so important because that the drama of that mission, but at the same time, that phrase "to the moon" is used all over the world for
Yes.
the hopes that people that buy Bitcoin want to see it go to $100,000 and beyond. It's all classic.
So this is all you saying that you're going to get this. You're going to get the Snoopy.
I'm basically getting the Snoopy. I didn't want you to get it.
I decided not to get it. I was actually a gentleman in this. I let him have it.
So what's going to happen, if I have the Snoopy in the collection we're about to put on the table here, I'm going to clean up because everybody wants a Snoopy. That's basically it. Nailed them again. It just happens. But you get to vote, but
It depends how much people love the Snoopy. They might just give you that just because of the Snoopy.
Exactly. Where is the Snoopy? I got to find it.
It's over there.
All
It's
right,
over
let's
here.
see it. I mean, look at this piece. Can you imagine the history of the watch, but also everybody that knows about the Snoopy is going to make me take that off my wrist and show them the back. This is an amazing piece. There's no question about
The
it.
best case back I've seen on a watch, we're not talking about seeing the movement. Like,
Yeah.
what other closed case back has a cooler?
This band is beautiful, but I'm telling you right now, Teddy, not only am I selecting this into my collection, I'm buying this piece because I'm going to wear this on Shark Tank this year. I think so many people want to see this watch on TV, but I'm going to have to put a red band on it. We'll see how Mega feels about that. But this piece is going to be on my wrist on season 14 on Shark Tank.
And you've been wanting this watch for a long time.
I have. And luckily, the good people at Omega have made one available to me. I knew that coming in here. This is my watch.
See, I'm being a gentleman.
I
I'm letting
nailed
him
him.
have what he was rightfully
I nailed
his.
him. Who doesn't want a Snoopy? Are you kidding? I mean, this watch is going to be a major hit. And because of the dial and this contrast, it's going to look spectacular with a red band on it.
Don't let him sell you too hard.
No, but look.
Don't forget his other picks.
Look.
I'm going to win this.
Now, maybe he's dreaming, but this is my first watch in the 70s. Isn't that beautiful? And the heritage right through to the Snoopy decades later. This brand knows what it's doing. It keeps the DNA dial, decade. It's fantastic. All right.
Can I go now?
Listen, that was a great contest. Let's line up the watches and look at them so you can get a
I
chance
have to
vote.
go.
Oh, you haven't bought you haven't got your 4th? Never mind.
He's dreaming. He's already on the
All
moon.
right, all right,
Let's go back and buy a watch. Let's
Oh,
go.
I forgot all about Teddy. Forgot all about him.
He was in a trance.
Yeah.
He was in a trance. He was so fascinated
where are
by
you going
Snoopy.
back to?
So
Because you're all over this. You've already chosen.
I can't pick a Speedmaster.
Yeah, you can't. You got to think about what's next here. These guys have done some amazing things with dials in the last collection. Really spectacular. Oh.
I'm doing the world timer.
Oh.
Seamaster World Timer.
Oh, you might have a chance with that. That's got a lot of things happening on it.
So at the center, you have a grade 5 titanium plate that is laser ablated to look like the world, like the globe. I've reviewed the stainless steel one on my channel. This is in full gold, so I'm making a statement here. It's 43 millimeters, so it's going to be a little bit larger for my wrist, but you kind of know what you're getting into if you go all gold. So I have to compete with you on dial.
It's a little bit of bling for you, I got to tell you.
But I mean, think about how conventional the rest of my picks were. I had a gray dial Seamaster, I had a Globemaster, and then I did maybe the epitome of just standard traditional.
Teddy, it's all good, and I encourage you to keep trying, but I have the Snoopy, and I'm going to clean up. You get to vote, but hey, I got the Snoopy. What do you say?
Let's get the watches in front of us. We'll let you decide.
Excellent. Let's line them up.
Okay.
You know, Teddy, let's go through our selections. We'll start with me. Remember, I'm a dial guy, and so what I'm looking for when I build a portfolio and a challenge like this where I'm choosing 4 pieces, I want diversity. I want really unique dials. Because when you think about watch collecting, you want to go into your vault and say, what am I going to wear today? Now, I'm at the point now I'm wearing up to 4 different pieces a day. So I want real diversity. I know that sounds crazy.
You're a madman.
I know, but I do. I do this. So I wear one in the morning and switch at lunch, and then late afternoon I switch. Maybe when I go on my bike ride into a sports piece, and then at night I really want a statement piece. So I've tried to reflect that in what I've done here. This is, let's just talk dials. This is classic. It's beautiful. It's such a statement about just watchmaking. I mean, this is a heritage look. This is from decades ago, but made in a modern timepiece today with, look at this stunning. I mean, this movement in the back is just, look at it.
Don't listen to the sales pitch. He's overselling.
I mean, I got to put sunglasses on. This is just flashing so much. And this is the kind of thing you do when you're a collector. You build your collection. You really want to have something special. This alone cleans Teddy's clock, but I've got more.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Now, remember I said, let's go crazy on dive watch? Check this out. It's a beast. It's a monster. It's incredible. A dial like that, you can see how different this is. It's just crazy different, but part of the collection. It's beautiful. Now, this isn't even on the market yet, and I spotted it. This is the new 2022. This is going to be a unique piece in my collection. There's no question about it, because it's 38, correct, Teddy?
38.
Yeah.
There are 34 millimeter options available, but that is my favorite dial.
But it's in my collection, so he's just endorsed my portfolio.
I'm just a nice guy. Are you going to say something nice about mine?
But here it comes. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Are you ready for the Snoopy? This watch. Look at the case. Look at the box. Box part of the collection, okay?
This is cheating.
Oh, come on. Put it down there. Look at this amazing case. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that beautiful? Doesn't that say it all? You're basically opening up into space. Oh, it's got a red band on it. Oh, no. Isn't that amazing? I guess this is my watch, and it is. The guys at Omega made the switcheroo for me. It's red. This is going to be such a hit in Shark Tank season 14. My goodness. Now, Teddy, look, don't be a sore loser, but obviously, when you put this into the portfolio, how can you not say this is, I mean, are you kidding? This is it. This is absolutely the winning portfolio. Look at how unique these dials are. Remember, you want portfolio diversity, and then you've got Snoopy. Stop the madness. And the back is crazy. This watch is absolutely nuts. You see Snoopy going to the moon on the back? This piece is going to be pulled off my wrist every day as people see it. They heard about it. They're going to want to see Snoopy on the back. Now, I haven't oversold the portfolio because it on itself is selling itself. This is an amazing portfolio of Omega. Just showcases the brand, the different dials, the brand new 2022 feature. This is going to be a smoking hot watch, I can tell you. Where are you going to see it first? On my wrist. No question. It's going to have a red band on it when you see it. I love this piece. I love innovation like this. Great dials. All right, I finished selling.
Wow. I'm just going to keep it straight for you guys. Don't fall for that.
All right, what do you got?
Products sell themselves. The salesman doesn't need to work that hard. Now first, I went with the traditional Seamaster Diver 300 meter. This with a gray dial, blue ceramic bezel. I like this because you have that wave dial. It looks fantastic to me.
It's got that aqua theme with that dial. There's no question.
It does, and I like that this is going to be a gray dial, but it still has that pop with the blue ceramic. I think it looks fantastic. Now my next piece was the Globemaster. I'm going very conventional to start, but I like the Globemaster. I'm wearing a vintage Constellation right now. I've always liked this pie pan look. This is just, I think, one of the most underrated watches that Omega makes, without question. It introduced their master chronometer when it was unveiled. 8900 movement on the inside. I mean, it's a killer watch. And then also the bezel. I just love that fluted look.
I'll give you the first two. There is dial diversity there. There's no question. They are clearly two different versions of dials. I mean, there's nothing similar.
Not even just with color, but also texture, and then also with the protrusion
also
of that
bands.
central case.
Also bands. This is a very, very elegant dress band with the curvature being really. I mean,
I'm getting some credit.
now that I look at it, maybe I should have selected this one. It's really a classic Omega.
It's also, I like the blue one personally, but they
Yeah.
didn't have that here, so
It's very nice.
We'll go with the white.
Okay, that's cool. All right. What else?
I got to go with the Ed White. So
yeah, I mean, this, how can I say no to this? It's my first watch. I'm wearing the original 1970s piece right here.
you don't have a 3-2-1 movement on the inside.
No, I don't.
Check
but
this out.
The heritage is the same, though.
Check out that.
Look at that.
Come on, look at that.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know, you got that sticker there, but still, I mean,
Look at that movement.
that's the original movement that went to the moon. Lamania base movement that is used in the likes from Patek Philippe,
Yeah.
Vacheron, and still using the base movement of 321. So it's an icon.
I mean, listen, I've always loved this watch. For one, there's only one piece in my collection that was my first watch, it's this. Because as a young guy watching that whole moon drama unfold, every guy wanted one of these. Omega was so smart to provide that piece. I mean, brilliant, brilliant.
And actually, kudos to them, because many other brands wanted that spot, but they were the only ones approved by NASA to actually take on those missions. And then to round it all out, I have my world timer.
That's the crazy piece.
This is the crazy piece. Yeah. It is available in steel. It's not available here, so I had to go with the gold, which is a little blingy for me. But also, this dial is spectacular.
I think it works. I think it works in gold. Once in a while, you got to bling out. You know, as I like to say in Miami, where I live here, I need to be flashy and trashy. So I've got a lot of bling. I got a lot of bling. That's Miami. You go out at night, you got to be flashy, you got to be trashy, and you want some big statement pieces from Omega. You got this. You can't go wrong.
I don't think this is trash. Look at that center dial, though.
No,
Come on, look up close to that.
No, it is beautiful. It is beautiful.
See that grade 5 titanium plate with the green, the blue?
It's amazing. It's amazing. I mean it in a nice way when I say flashy. I like to be flashy.
And it's a world time. So I'm getting diversity in not only dials, complications.
No, it's good, but unfortunately, it doesn't have the Snoopy.
I was set up. There was something that was done in the background here where we got a red strap going on. I was set up to lose. But you know what? I still think I won. I think the people will speak.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I think it's fair. You should vote. You know, obviously, I feel very passionate about Omega, having in my first watch. It's a great brand, but they have done something incredible over the decades. They keep it fresh and exciting. I mean, they bring out new ideas all the time. And, you know, I look at it this way. If you're collecting and you want diversity, you definitely want Omega because you have diversity in price point and you have diversity in dial and you've got style and you go from really elegant to crazy, crazy. Look at Teddy's crazy. These are our two crazy pieces on the two selections here. But you decide. You decide. But remember, Snoopy.
I have nothing else to say. I feel cheated.
That was a lot of fun, Teddy. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, it was great. Take care, everybody.